Mario is going to tell us about iSpoke-It. This is a predictive sales and marketing automation software for customer acquisition, and he will tell us all about what that means. All right? Welcome, Mario.
Can you hear me? No. What about now?
No. You have to press that button in the middle.
It's green. Oh. I have to lay the action. Thank you for coming out. I'm Mario Anderson, and I'm also a lawyer. This is my yellow legal pad. Taking notes after the presentation. The idea for iSpoke-It originated when I was in New York City to start up working in influencer marketing. And I came back to Vermont, my own law firm, and I needed clients in 2015. So we had that moment of fear. I gotta pay my bills. I need clients. I'm gonna find qualified clients. So hence the idea for an end-to-end customer acquisition platform, right? To solve the fear that every business has, which is we need customers to keep the lights on. Here's the problem statement. As you can see, every business that I interviewed, I've interviewed 14 subscribers already, and they've each identified one of these 8 pain points. So out of these 8 pain points that they have identified, what I have concluded from that is what I would call the term, our secret. And our secret is that customers truly want to be in control from inception to the end point regarding their purchases. So the whole idea is a customer life cycle. A customer wants something, and as a business, how you influence what that customer wants, and then how you make that customer at the very end of the life cycle become a repeat customer. iSpoke-It solves that problem. As you can see, we're targeting 5 verticals, and our TAM is at $74 billion. Maybe a local Vermont business that I've spoken with, this subscriber, they currently have a CMO who has disparate media marketing groups. They have a traditional marketing and they have a digital marketing avenue. There's not much collaboration. There's a total of 14 different tools they use regarding marketing automation, regarding trying to get information out to consumers. We believe we can realistically hit $970 million in terms of a market we can really reach. The actual solution, as I mentioned earlier, is a marketing automation. It goes from the life cycle to the end of the life cycle. So if you're a business and you need customers, right, you would basically create a profile on iSpoke-It's website. And from that, once you know your data, so iSpoke-It, we'll go out and source the web. And we'll also match your data to provide to our system and create a profile, a persona for you to target different customers. Hence the advanced segmentation, behavior model predictions. We have the ability to predict churn rate. So if you're a business and you're trying to say, I'm losing too many customers, why is it occurring? We predict that. We have to predict what customers are wanting through interactions, through conversations on the web. And the outcome of that is effectively customer growth, right? So if you follow the flow here, this is his customer, there's sales, and there's marketing, the 2 departments. The events is customer data. So any customer data or any customer touch point, the business will feed that to iSpoke-It or create a profile online. We run our analytics, our algorithms rather. And the output would be customer acquisition and customer retention, which increases customer base, hence it's more revenue. And the team that will solve this problem with me include myself. I'm a lawyer, but I'm also a programmer by trade. And Hideo Hiroshima is a CTO of Sync in New York City. He's founded 2 or 3 different companies. He's sold Analytics, which is a healthcare startup. And Kit McCurdy, she is a digital marketing expert. She's worked on 2 startups that were sold to Adobe. And Keith Laska is a CEO of a startup that he started himself with some other co-founders. That's doing very well, UX Media. He was former CEO of STL, it's a translation company out of Europe. He grew that from 0 to 250 million in a year. And William Bates, Bill Bates, my advisor back here, Norwich guy, he's the money man. He knows the money. The comparison that I have highlighted here, for iSpoken, as you can see, there's 6 areas. There's predictive, market automation, account-based marketing, commercial sales, press releases, social relationship. I've picked 3 competitors of each one of these buckets, if you will. iSpoken is the only one solution that will solve all of these pain points. I'll give you for one example. Marketo, which is a marketing automation company, they're top of the class in marketing automation. They're really good at that. But they do not do predictive. They do not do account-based marketing, right? So for example, account-based marketing allows a business to focus on the top accounts that are generating the most revenue. And iSpoken will be able to do all of that. So the competitive advantages, there are 3 buckets. Again, it's cost. There is product and technology on the cost side. It's a one-click solution. Many of the subscribers I've spoken with before, just to subscribe, they use between 7 to 14 solutions to handle their marketing and advertising. It's an easy, intuitive user experience, user interface, and a lot of larger products are very complex, very clunky. The sweet spot, though, is the technology. It's competitive AI. For example, you can predict customer churn. You can identify customer and prospect predictions. You can see who's going to become a customer, at what point, and why not. And you can identify trends in conversations. Here's our business model. As you can see, I'm looking at second quarter of 2017 for a launch of the SaaS model, 70 to 7,000 a month subscription. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is upsells. Phase 3 is the content for marketplaces, APIs, phase 4, so on and so forth. And the go-to-market strategy is obviously the website and advertising, SEO, SEM, brand ambassadors. The initial goal is to acquire 1,000 trials a month, right, 50% month over month in terms of trials. Unit economics, the LTV to CAC, lifetime value to customer acquisition costs is 34.49, that's our ratio. The lifetime value of a customer, we're saying, is $33,237. This is at average of month 18. Our break-even point is 908 subscribers at month 23. And we have an average cash burn of $150,000 effectively. The investment funds, as you can see, pre-third quarter 16, I acquired the iSpoken domain. We've got over 14 subscribers. We have prototype wireframes, so the product is effectively live, it's clickable with their wireframes right now. I spent about $10,000 in cash and $100,000 for equity on the product. And we're raising $2 million seed round for 18 months of runway, and we broke it as such. 40 minutes of product development, focus on product development, 18 infrastructure, 15 for marketing, 15 for G&A, 12 for business development. Exit strategies. As I indicated in the comparative slide, companies will come from the center. And as so, iSpoken is definitely an M&A target. And as you can see, I've labeled 3 buckets. Large companies currently competing in the market automation space, which include Microsoft, SAP, Oracle, Adobe, and Hewlett Packard Enterprise, service providers such as Hearst, Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, advertising agencies, these are the largest out in the world. For example, Publicis Group and Dentsu. Thank you. Any questions? No, that's one component. So the reason it is called iSpoken, right? So the platform is at the hub. and then there are spokes around it. So one spoke is lead management. Another spoke is marketing automation. So another spoke is social media management, predictive analytics. So if you are a customer, you create your profiles on the website, right? You give us your data. We'll go out and source the web for like or similar data, and then we'll create personas and say, okay, here are people that you should be talking to or targeting. We'll manage the whole process with content creation, along with your assistance of the customer.
Yeah, so to be clear, you have, you're gonna have a staff of live people who do this sort of intellectual work, figuring out, you know, what they can find, who you should talk to. It's not a program package.
No, it is a program package. So the reason we're raising $2 million is for data science. It'll be all algorithmic data driven. It's hard data science. That's your question or no? Yes, yeah.
And they would help write those algorithms, because every business is so different. But, you know, so that, let's say you're starting with something like Howard said, you're going to simulate what's going on to get answers, predictive answers. You're going to have folks help write those additional equations to feed the system.
Right, yes, the data scientists.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
I think I'm also trying to understand who your ideal customer is. We all are trying to drive sales.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, are you bringing those to us, or are you just helping us manage?
Both. Both.
So who's your ideal? What's an ideal client look like for iSpoken?
An ideal client would look like, let's use an insurance company, if you will. Ideal client. Chief marketing officer that needs to market new products, needs to find customers willing to buy, needs to identify customers that are currently working, meaning that they are currently buying products from them. So they're top tier clients, continue to repeat them.
Have you created an MVP product that you've been able to beta test? And the second part of the question would be, have you considered for beta testing picking one particular industry and seeing how this all plays out?
Yes, so what I answer your questions. So what I've done as an MVP, I created a landing page, and I have 1,600 people sign up for it, for the product, a landing page, and then I created clickable wireframes that I've shown to different businesses in Vermont, and they all surveyed and said, we want this product now. But the actual go to the nuts and bolts of like writing code, I've not done that yet. It's been a lot of data science.
I just have a quick piece of feedback. I think that everybody that runs a business has used one or two of these services here and kind of gets a notion of what they do. And I think what I'm missing in your pitch is distilling that down to the specific piece of value that you're offering. It sounds like it's too convoluted or too gray for a lot of the folks here, and I still don't quite get what exactly it is that you do at the hub of so many specific pieces of platforms.
Okay, I see your point. So essentially, iSpoken at the very core, it aggregates data. At the core, we aggregate data, and from that, we're able to predict who your customer is, who your customer should be, and we're able to help you deliver personalized content to customers on social media channels, whether that is a direct channel, direct mailing.
So are you technologically integrated with multiple services?
That's the vision, yes.
So you're not trying to replace them. You're not trying to replace HubSpot. You're integrating HubSpot.
Well, long term, it will be to replace them, yes, but at the initial point, like you're using HubSpot, right? So HubSpot is marketing automation, right? So my platform is the only one, too, that will do marketing automation. So yes, effectively to replace HubSpot.
So I think I have this right, that in those competitor things, they do those one spoke. You do all of those spokes in yours. So for as far as pricing goes and cost, is it 6 times what HubSpot would cost, or is it only like 2 times what HubSpot would cost to get all 6 spokes?
Right, and it's a custom tier. So the reason I said from $70 to $7,000, I created a grid of all the major competitors and on their pricing, so I see where the ballpark fell in. And so outside of the custom pricing, which is not indicated there, I'm right in line.